And the
podcast
begins with a song of rebellion.
How can this
podcast.
be my life?
CD burners.
I saw a thing that said like he was mad because his mom took his like smashing hammer away.
Yeah.
That's like it's so
His face smasher.
so awesome. That's seriously the coolest thing in the world.
I'm 50-50 on it because he did like the Adam Friedland show interview.
You just have to lean in, bro, to this like world that we are living in, and then you're fine.
I agree 100%. I'm like, I originally thought, okay, I'm sick of new weird little guys on the internet.
Yeah.
But now I'm enjoying every new weird little guy.
Yeah, you got to, dude. There's no other way to live, or else you're just gonna be mad. Give it to me, like give me more. Like I need more of this guy. Like the fact that he's just like smashing his face with a hammer, it to be like I want to look away is so cool.
I find that like people are less concerned that he smashes his face with a hammer. They're more like, yeah, but the dude microdoses meth.
Yeah, he
like,
just takes meth. It's awesome. It's fucking great. I love it. He does meth and hits his face with the hammer, and he's like a famous person. Like that is like where, and so like if that's what's happening, I'm leaning in. Like if that's where we're at, like great. Give me more of that. Like I want that.
Can I say that I've seen less movies that are nominated for Oscars than I have watched interviews with Clavicular?
Dude, I
haven't seen one battle after another, but I've watched multiple videos about Clavicular.
Dude, I haven't watched really any like interviews with him. I just know that know the things that the internet has telling me because I don't want to look into it too much because I know he's going to be like a bad person. Well, I just want to know that he smokes meth and hits himself in the face with a hammer and only cares about looking awesome.
I mean, his streams are just him saying the N-word.
Yeah,
that's his entire stream.
Wait, where does he stream?
Kick? Yeah.
Not my favorite platform, Rumble.
Yeah, our favorite. We should stream this on Rumble.
We should
stream it on Rumble.
We'll get ripped apart.
I can finally be my true self.
You can be your true. Listen, I edit this. I'll make sure that it's.
I can finally.
Not anymore. We took your job.
Thank
today.
God, man.
I can turn into the person that I think that the world should know me as.
Brian, welcome to the show. The number one CD Burners listener, Brian Rowe. Brian edits the show. He also has his own podcast called the Emo Social Club, which is now part of the Adobe network.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that one.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for everybody who thinks that we're rivals, we're not right. Well, we are rivals.
This is about to be the worst episode you ever had.
It really is because I know nothing about Enter Shikari.
Yeah.
I did some research. I watched about 20 minutes of the documentary, and then I was like, what are you saying?
Wait. Brian, give us a little bit more of an intro to you. It's like crazy. Like I'm just like not used to seeing you with like a flock of pussy around you.
Yeah, you're usually rizzed out.
I'm like not used to
edit that out.
I'm not. You can't edit.
Note for myself for later.
No,
edit
bro.
That
this is it.
You know, so I'm like very single right now, and I'm like,
this is how it started. This is,
and I'm cutting all this out. I'm cutting all this out.
Well, dude, look, I just took well, I don't care. It doesn't matter. My buddy.
I'm cutting all this out. By the way, I don't want to blow up my spot. I'm sorry.
You should cut it out. I think.
I know, but now it's like.
What, Luke? This is what the people want. You gotta give the people what they want.
Yeah. We can't have the Rizzler on the show without discussing. Dude, you can't talk.
Look, I'm gonna air out some. I took my buddy who is gay to the hospital, or I picked him up from the hospital yesterday.
He was getting surgery
to be ungay, and. He got like a knee. The nurses did that, by the way, they did not find that
didn't
funny.
land?
No, it didn't land at the hospital.
Gay removal?
Yeah, they did not. He thought it was the funny. He loved it. But in the group chat, like he is great. But he like is recently single also. And like literally like when I say recently, I mean like this week. Mm-hmm. I'm at his house, like he's like laid up and he's on like Riot and Hinge and like fucking all this shit and Grindr, like all this shit. And I'm like, bro, just fucking. And he was like talking to like 5 people. I'm like, this is a full-time job. Mm-hmm. And he's telling me about these conversations and he's having conversations with so many fucking people. And I'm like, that to me, I just don't care. I just straight up, I could not give a fuck less. I don't know how you like have small talk with like massive amounts of people.
It is
massive amounts of people.
I have not
so
gone
many
back
people
on it. I do not. I try to have more conversations about music and podcasting, which is absolutely unfuckable behavior.
Dude, try music production.
Exactly. It's like, oh, dude, I was just like messing around in Ableton earlier. It's like, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna take this food to go. I'm gonna head up. See you later.
It's like literally like anti-pussy.
Yeah.
It's like a two negative magnets.
To go back to our looks maxing conversation, it's performing for men and not performing for women. And I'm no longer finding myself interested in performing for women. And now I'm like, but who am I performing for? Is it dudes? Is it women? Who's this for? It's for podcasts. That's who it's for.
It should be for you.
And what are the demographics of those podcasts? Mostly men.
I know. Also, I wrote down in my
who's
notes.
getting surgery next?
Yeah, you're going in to get the gay surgery.
I wrote down in my notes, which I titled CD's Notes.
Nice.
CD's. I also have like 4 CD's Nuts jokes ready for this.
Last night I was on Whatnot, and this guy was doing this show that was unbelievable. It was like all vintage, not safe for work shirts, and it was like the funniest shit I've ever seen. I don't know how he got them. I ended up buying like 5 things.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Can I see him?
I'll show them to you later, but I got like this. There was one on there that was like D's nuts, and it had like actual like peanuts and stuff. There's like snowmen fucking. Like it was like the most.
I know the snowman fucking one.
Unbelievable shit.
I know that one. Well, dude, we just got to go to Jamaica is the thing. It's literally just like shirts in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One that went for a lot of money was Smokymon, and it was a Pokemon with dreads and a joint hanging out of its mouth. Went for a ton of money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jamaica. Like
Jamaica
I have
shirts.
I have Rasta South Park. I have Rasta Family Guy. I've got.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, it's just from like being a little kid and liking Bart Simpson and like when like all the bootleg Bart.
I bought this one of Peter Griffin lighting a fart on fire with Stewie and Brian with like welding masks, like looking up at the fart, and it says, "What wouldn't Peter do?" Like it makes no sense.
Dude. Did you see the? Did you see? Hold on. Let me. Like, it doesn't matter. Here. Like,
We're just gonna make this show like a vintage T-shirt.
Yeah, it's
podcast.
okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
I think that's fun.
It's gonna be your first 2-hour long episode.
Look, give me the fucking. Look at this one. Look what it says. Just read it.
I asked your doctor how your operation went, and he took me aside and he showed me something. That makes no sense.
It makes no sense. It makes no sense. And it's a picture of just like a
furry dog.
Like a furry dog. It's just like that's it. That's all it is. Anyway.
Incredible.
Dude, I'm just saying, like, people be just printing, like, I think it's just like Chinese translation.
I interrupted. What were we talking about before that?
Oh, I have no idea. Shikari or something.
No, we weren't.
Or looks maxing.
No, you were talking about your demographic of your audience and like who you are performing. You're just basically saying you're gay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, congratulations, dude.
I hang out behind the hospital, and when people get a surgery to remove it, I just grab it from the trash can and throw it in.
That is, you just wait for people to come out of the hospital for their surgery.
And then you ask the doctor how it went, and he takes you aside and shows you something.
And he says, I have something to show you, and it's nothing. Dude, so
I'm so happy to be here, guys.
Enter Shikari. Okay, this is the first time I think TJ and I both.
I listened to Enter Shikari when I was in college because a friend of mine from the UK showed it to me, and I thought it was pretty good at the time. I just knew that I'd know the hits.
Yeah.
But this was the first time I've listened to like a full Enter Shikari album and sat down and watched like the documentary and like read their Wikipedia and watched a few interviews and stuff. It's crazy how big they are everywhere except the US.
Yep. Yep.
I think that what you said is really telling of Enter Shikari, where it's like they are people love them, and the way that they get other people to love them is by telling people that they love them, and they like really care about it, and that's why I like Enter Shikari. It was really difficult for me to like, because I didn't grow up with it. I like it was one of those ones I like missed, and so like going back and now like looking at all the like how influential they were and like why people like all this fucking shit and the things that they did before. Like they were doing bro step before bro step existed.
Yep.
And like the people that I like and that I really
And you're talking about like EDM producers.
I'm talking about EDM producers. I'm talking about Virtual Riot specifically.
Virtual Riot's like a really well-respected producer. Like Skrillex like looks up to him a bunch, and he's like this up-and-coming like German kid or something.
No, not up and coming, bro. He's like
he's already up and came.
He teaches the internet music.
Okay,
like just.
He's your favorite producer's favorite producer.
He's your favorite producer's favorite producers, and he's an awesome guy, and he's fun, and he's funny, and like good at explaining. I'm in a class. I like I'm taking his advanced like EDM course right now. He loves Enter Shikari.
Yep.
Like he loves Enter Shikari, and so I was like, "Fuck! I have to do this podcast justice. I have to like know all of this shit." And like, it's just one of those things that I can't like reverse time and put myself in a time and place. But I went back and listened to it and like understood why it was important for somebody back then to be influenced by it. But that being said, I don't know shit about Enter Shikari.
Why did you pick this album, Brian?
You know, one reason is because I know that Morgan, and I cut this out of like every episode, is like he's sitting there with the artist talking about production stuff. And I'm like, okay, let's actually talk about like.
Why the fuck you cut it out, dude?
You haven't been listening?
I do not listen to our
I had to
podcasts.
hire you to do this because if I listen to it, I just hate both of us.
Yeah, I get it.
Why are you cutting that out?
Because
It's not boring,
in
bro. People
context,
love
brother.
listening to me talk.
in context.
That's what you think.
It's like,
I
we're gonna
spoke
talk
at
about
an AA meeting yesterday, by the way.
About Ableton?
No, I spoke at an AA meeting yesterday in London with people who never met me, and they all said I could listen to you talk for hours.
You said, boy, are you in luck.
So,
Have I got a podcast? I knew that you would really enjoy the production on this and like the fact that it is kind of combining both of your worlds of like the emo side, the hardcore side, and then putting in EDM production, electronic music with that sort of vibe.
well, dude, it was like, because I went back, you go back and listen to it now, and it's like there's so much stuff that does sound like it, but you go before it, and nothing sounded like it.
This is like proto before Attack, before Asking Alexandria, before a lot of these bands that did electronics in their music or like had electronic breakdowns and stuff. Their first, and obviously this isn't their first record, which has "Sorry You're Not a Winner" on it, which is like their biggest breakout song. I didn't want to pick that record because I feel like as a record, it's not as good as some of the songs on it, and it sounds really like immature, and they obviously like did a lot more going forward. Flash Flood of Color is a little more like the fans' favorite record. This is the one where it's like this from beginning to end is a full realized album. They do all the production themselves. It's like the producer sits there, but they're writing all the electronics. They're putting all of that in. And I think a lot of the other bands couldn't really do that. I wasn't in the room with Attack or anything, but I'm like, this feels like something someone else is creating with your music, while Enter Shikari is like, this is fully integrated from moment one. They also did it all with like analog control, and they had like a Korg Electribe that they used for their first record, which made me buy a Korg Electribe as a kid and learn how to use that. Oh, I still have it. It's the original.
Wait, is it dusty?
It's dusty, but I still have it. But I learned to like program into it the intro that happens on the first album before "Sorry You're Not a Winner." Because I was like, oh man, this is so sick. And I learned that, and I was like, all right, I think I'm good.
You're like, I did it.
Well, I think, dude, it is really, as you said, like you said, is the fans' favorite album. There was a moment in the album that I'd never listened to it in like whole, right?
Yeah.
And I get to like I had to look. I was like, is it the fourth? I got to like the fourth song, and I was like, was this one full song? And
It's at the beginning. So the first two songs like go perfectly into each other, and you almost like can't you can't start it on number 2.
Yeah.
Or else you just get like smacked in the face right away. And like, if you start it on number 1, like you have to listen to number 2. Like it's a 2-song deal. It's very cool. I thought that was a cool way to start an album.
Yeah, and I had to like go back and be like, wait, where did did they do like a 10-minute medley for the first thing and then go back and like bring it in. And that was the moment that I understood why people are so attached to it, is because it's so fluid in like the least fluid way.
Yeah. I think the other thing about it is that because this band is like from the UK and it has a lot of influences from like UK dub, UK drum and bass, like those influences are not something that we really had in.
Yeah.
I'm from Chicago. We didn't listen to that.
Dude, I didn't know about drum and bass until like last year.
Yeah.
And this record came out in 2011. Like if I had done research for this record and I listened to the guys talk about drum and bass, I would have been like, yeah, the drums and the bass.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That's literally what like I said when we first heard electronic music. They're like, my favorite genre is drum and bass. And I was like, isn't it all?
Oh, everything has drum and or bass in it.
Yeah, I was like, isn't it all? But then I like heard the things now that like I do get no pussy and I don't have a life and I do like nothing else besides like learn about music and music production. Like I heard all of I was like, oh my God, that's like a bro step growl. Oh shit, that is a drum and bass like thing into a breakdown. They were doing Grave Rave before. You know, and that is so sick. Like, I do like it, but I feel like I wish I grew up with it.
Oh, yeah. This is like exactly the reaction I wanted from you, too. Is like, this seems like so up Morgan's alley. And I'm like, I figured that you hadn't really heard much of this before.
No, I haven't. And like, it does I wish that I had the lexicon. I listened to the like most recent one that because they collab with a lot of people.
Yep.
And the most recent one was like, I think it was a HeadX tune. And I was like, this is so good. Like, it's so sick. And, you know, I think singing on electronic music, there's something about it. Like it's either really good or really bad. And, what's the dude's name? Like Rowe?
Yeah.
Rowe?
Can I tell a funny story?
Yeah.
Before I really like got into podcasting and all that, if I met somebody in a band that I really liked, I just immediately freaked out and didn't know how to talk to them. I never knew how to pronounce his name. It's Rowe Reynolds.
Like the pasta sauce.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I see the guitarist, Rory, walking around at a show, and I'm like, dude, I just want to say hi. I love your band. So good. Thank you for all the music you've made. How does the lead singer pronounce his name? He's like, oh, it's Rowe. I was like, oh, okay. I was just confused because like my last name's Rowe.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the conversation.
Well, good to see ya.
Yeah. I was like, guys, I just...
Thanks for coming, kid.
Now I also don't know how to talk to men. I don't know how to talk to anybody.
Dude, at some point, you just like flatline and then you're just like...
I have one moment to say everything I've ever wanted to say to this band that has meant everything to me. I'm going to fuck it up.
Yeah. I don't think you've outdated the episode yet, but I told my Jesse Lacey story on the last episode.
Wait, can you tell me why the band, like why did the band mean everything to you? Because I think that's a huge...
I think
that's
this
going to
was
be like a big pillar of the episode of like why and how other people relate to it.
I think most people saw this band for the first time because they saw the music video for Sorry Not a Winner, where it's like this basement. They just like set up in a circle in the basement. People are all around them, and it's nuts. The lights are going on and off. He's got like his equipment right there. He's like doing it all live. And I just saw this like this incredible energy that combined this music that I didn't really hear at all in everything else, and the hardcore and the breakdowns and all of this like light show. And I'm like, this happened in like a basement. This happened in just like somebody's house for a music video. This is so sick. So then I went on and listened to the record that had just come out at that time, which was the second record, Common Dreads. And I went back and like revisited all of it. And I was like, for something in my brain just clicked immediately when I hear breakdowns with electronic music. And it brought me into both of the worlds, like much heavier music, a lot of EDM stuff, a lot of pop music, like just that combination of everything. But I also think this was the only band that had political messaging in the scene that we were a part of that was like very directly talking about what's happening in the world, what's happening in politics, as a, you know, kid who's like, I don't know where my place in the world is and all of that. And hearing like all of these things coming together was like, I don't know what it is, but like it makes sense to me you know, obviously like I grew up in the pop punk scene, the emo scene and the metal scene and all that. But I think this was just the only time when like I had that full distillation of like everything at once, and the energy and the excitement behind it. And then being able to like go, oh, I get Skrillex now. I get Attack now. I get all this other stuff because this is kind of like that one place that branches off into everything else.
I think it's super difficult. Like, and as like when we're growing up and when we like a lot of different shit, and I hear it all the time in these classes that I'm taking. It's like people are like, "What do you make?" And they're like, "Well, I like everything. I make everything," and it's really like a hard thing to digest because most people aren't good at everything.
Yeah.
Like they have to like stick to the style to like make their style. And while it's ambitious, and I think that it's like very beautiful that everybody likes everything, and I think that they should try and do all of that stuff. Ultimately, like it's very difficult to do everything and pull it off.
I have a bone to pick with the lyrics a little bit. I as the lyric guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I first listened through, I was like, what the fuck is he talking
I
about?
knew
Number
you would-
one.
I like could.
But,
I was like
like,
listening to. I was like
brother.
watching TJ listen to this in my
Yeah.
head.
Some of the phrasing and the way he just shoves lyrics in,
Yeah.
I'm like, it's like when you're like a little kid and you're making up a song and it like doesn't exactly fit, and
Yeah.
you're taking words that are 3 syllables and like making them 2. You know, like when the way he's like history.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a combination of them being British
Yeah.
and just him having an accent. And I think that a lot of the lyrics were written as poetry before it was written as a song.
Yeah. So then he's just like, how do I put this on top of this drum and bass?
As a kid who did the same thing, I'm like, man, you need an editor. You need
So-
somebody who's editing it.
I'm gonna do counterpoint to that.
Counterpoint.
Is that usually I think when you go into like a writing room or whatever, like that would be the first thing that somebody calls out.
Mhm.
They would be like, that doesn't work, but they're doing all of it themselves,
Right.
and they're like, this is the way we want to do it. And while it might not be like pleasurable to your ear or whatever, you don't want, it's like that's the way that they did it. And I think that that's the charm, is because like you said, you're like, that's what I did
Yeah.
when I was like a little kid. And the fact
Well,
that they
Little kid, I'm 105 years old.
but you know what I mean? Like fucking when you first start writing music, it's like
Yeah.
you try and stick everything in there, and they didn't have anybody coming
Telling
in.
them no.
Yeah. And so like there is a charm in that. While I do agree. It's not my favorite thing, but I think like the fact that they did it and there was nobody there being like, don't do that,
Yeah.
is endearing.
Are they independent for this record?
They are independent
They're
for
completely independent?
They have been independent for most of their career. I do think they have signed since like more recently, but the only like thing they signed was for distribution.
Oh,
in the
this
US.
one came out on Hopeless.
For distribution in the US, but they have their own label called Ambush Reality. That's their stuff. So they're fully independent. They wrote everything themselves. This was a very like all encompassed project from the beginning. Which also just like inspired me as like I can do this in my bedroom. I can do this in my friend's basement. Like I don't have to think of myself as this giant artist, and that's the only way I'll ever be able to succeed. Like these guys are just 4 dudes in the UK.
Yeah, they were like very DIY.
Yeah.
Like from
They're
the
like
beginning.
only DIY, I think. Like it was like
Yeah. But also DIY with electronic music, like that's where it didn't really make sense. Like how do you get a synthesizer sound in your music? Because I don't know anybody who plays synthesizer. Everybody plays guitar or drums or drum and bass. So how do you get drums and or bass in there with your drum and bass? And then then I was learning like, okay, he's got these like analog like keyboards. He's got a Korg micro Korg. Yes, I know all the equipment that I bought that I went into debt for at the time. And I'm like, I'm going to learn this. And then as we know, Ableton came around and you're like, oh, I'll just do it in Ableton.
Well, good thing that the podcast money will get you out of debt.
Yep.
Yeah, those Adobe paychecks.
That's what I'm saying.
Did you go to their office while you're here? They got a new
No.
office in Santa Monica. You should go swing by.
Oh.
It'll take you 3 days.
Oh, I have. Yeah.
It'll take you 3 days to get to
It'll take me
Santa
3 days to
Monica.
get there. And I'm leaving tomorrow. Like this is
What
a
time?
very quick trip.
Well, he just
10 a.m.
checked into
10
his
a.m.
airport.
Yeah, I
his
just
flight.
checked
Did you really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the way out. And
Damn.
I was like, "What are you doing on your phone?"
And you're DJing tonight from like 1 a.m.
Whatever.
Dude,
Bro,
Brian, you're the man.
Yeah, you are.
You are kind of
just
the man.
do shit.
I
man.
understand like why, like the Riz. I do understand the Riz. I didn't at first, and I do. I didn't.
I looked upon you and I said, "Ain't no fucking way." Ain't no fucking way.
I didn't. I didn't understand the Riz, and now I understand the Riz. I think it's like a good. That's cool. That to me, that's a cool thing. It's just like you're like clavicular.
I love that we are now bonding on clavicular.
Dude,
I wrote down in my notes, like, I'm not talking to my bosses right now. It's 3 men on a podcast. That's what's happening right now.
Did you see this? I saw this clip this morning of Clavicular saying that he's not going to vote for JD Vance because he's subhuman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
He was like, Gavin Newsom is better.
Dude, it's awesome. What an awesome thing to say.
Yeah.
And like viewpoint to have.
He's like, he's obese. He has a weak jawline. Like
what an incredible, like, it's just, dude, it's like, I respect that so much. It's like, it's so.
Like, I wish that there was a better messenger than a guy who's just like, I love saying the N-word on the internet.
Dude, he's just
to be the guy who's like, you shouldn't vote for JD Vance.
It's just so brain dead that like I have to like it.
Yeah.
Like I can't not like it. It's like I started to really lean in. Like we saw this movie. I went with our friend Cheryl and our friend Ben to go see a movie called Psycho Killer that I'd never heard of. I just like walked into it. It was by far maybe the worst movie that's ever been made.
Actually, yeah. Okay.
Did you see it?
No, I saw somebody saying like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. So
On the other hand,
counterpoint.
I was like, this is literally the best movie I've ever seen, purely because of the fact that it feels like the world that we're living in is like a 12-year-old kid being like, do that. And then everybody's like, no questions, no notes, no nothing, just do it. And I'm just like, fuck it. Like, if that's what they're going to do, great. Like, I'm not going to try and fight this shit. And I'm going to say Psycho Killer is the best movie I've ever seen.
Have you seen that? Like, somebody tweeted, like, it feels like, yeah, to your point, like we're living in a 12-year-old's dream. It's just like everything is like, of course it's cool. You're 12. Like, dude, this guy says the N-word on stream.
Yeah.
Of course it's cool. You're 12.
No, it's literally like this movie. A spoiler alert, guys. It makes
the worst movie of all time.
It makes almost as no. I mean, granted, it's like a serial killer like movie, but like sometimes there's plot. There's just scenes that just are like, what? Why was that in there? That had nothing to do with anything. There's no consistency. It's like a guy that just goes around and kills people, and then he's like, I'm gonna nuke Philadelphia or Pennsylvania. It was literally like following like an ADHD kid, like 12-year-old kids.
Yeah.
Like, and the producers and the people that made the movie were just like, no notes, perfect, nailed it. Like, it was awesome.
And no one will give me money to hire an editor.
God damn
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like this
movie got made.
Yeah.
No one wants to edit my podcast.
Okay, and in the same time, now I go,
You don't even need one anymore. You got the Roadcaster.
This isn't I wasn't worried about editing this one. I'm worried about editing mine every week.
And now that just goes to show is like anything's possible, bro. Like they made that movie.
I know.
Like they made it. It had to have cost millions of dollars to make. You can do anything you want.
And I'm sure that's what Enter Shikari was saying when they were.
No, it's true. No, but they were good at like the things that they were doing.
Like, I think that like when you are creating something that is for the audience of yourself and for the audience of the 4 people that are in that basement writing music together, the thing that you're creating will find its audience because you are the audience. Like, I sometimes look at some bands where I'm like, you know, that idea could have stayed in the basement. Like that idea could have stayed an idea. That dream could have stayed a dream. But like, there's some times where it's like an artist clearly are writing for themselves and having so much fun creating for themselves that it's like, this has to be seen by other people. This has to be something that other people can experience. Because if you guys think that this is sick, other people will too. That's when I get kind of like, okay, I know that like I'm making a podcast and it's like, yeah, some conversations can stay some podcasts can stay recorded and never posted, but at the same time, it's like if you're enjoying it and you care about it and you put it out and you're like, please, like, check it out, ideally it finds its audience just by the sake of we love it, we care about it, we think this is something. It sounds to me like maybe a Psycho Killer movie is like made for some other reason, some other audience is there for it, and maybe
I actually don't know about that one in particular.
Yeah,
but like, you're saying all of the things that like I think about art. It's just like if you like it and you care about it, you have to really like it and really care about it. Then other people will, regardless of what it is. It's like if you truly believe in this and you're not making this thing for anybody else, but you really believe in it, it's like, man, some of the shit that like I've shared in like the Discord that I'm in with like some of these classes I'm in, it's not well produced. Like I've only been doing this for like a year, but they're like, this is so sick. And it's because I really like it. Like I really genuinely like it. And so I think that comes across in how other people receive it.
Yeah.
And I can tell when artists are making art because they like it, or they're making art for other people.
Let me ask you a question about Enter Shikari. Mm-hmm. When I haven't listened to any of the new music, are they still like political? Or did they get burnt out?
Yeah, this is something that I find interesting with a lot of acts that like kind of are political, is like this record in particular is very clear about their messaging. Like Arguing with Thermometers is very clearly a song about climate change. It's directly like pointing to things that are happening in the world currently, some of it still happening. Mm-hmm. And then later they kind of go, it's sort of generalized. It's sort of like smoothed over. I think in some ways, to your point about lyrics, is like it's much harder to write as like specific things of like, how are we going to talk about investing in military hardware to fight in the Arctic Circle, which I'm like, oh, good. That's not anything that's happening currently.
You literally don't know what the Arctic Circle is. What is that?
Like, now I got to explain politics too, but
what is the Arctic Circle?
You know how like Trump wants to take Greenland?
Yeah.
It's because as the North Pole, like the ice shrinks, there's oil, there's new like material that's going to be able to be discovered, and there's new trade routes that are going to be able to be used over that land. And so America wants to be sure that they're involved, and America, big A quotes on that, like obviously not the three of us sitting here, but like if those trade routes are not like available to the US, but they're available to Russia, they're available to Denmark because of Greenland, Norway, Canada, like those are countries that it's like, well, we're not really competing with, and America can't stop competing. So they have to now own land in that area. So all we have is Alaska. Well, we should just own Greenland. Let's just take Greenland. We can take Greenland, right? Oh, let's take Canada too. So I think that like what they're talking about in the song is like, yeah, this was a conversation of just happening like in the UK. But now we're seeing like somebody who is willing to say, I'm going to take over these countries so that we own land and area in this space that is going to become a battleground as climate change directly impacts.
They had a song about this on this album?
Arguing with Thermometers.
And
that's what it's
that's crazy. And this was literally like 2011.
Yeah, this is years ago. And it's like, this has been on the minds of a lot of people who own shipping companies and own, things that could have stake in the when climate change inevitably changes our planet, when it permanently changes our planet and the way that our world works, there will be companies that want to benefit from that. And we will all suffer as those companies continue their progress towards just fighting over material, fighting over land, fighting over waterways, fighting over oil, like same shit.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning into the Joe Rogan Experience. Dude, how do you like? Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like, how do you?
Are you a big political guy?
I am. Yesterday, I was like, I think I know too much shit. Like, I just know too much about too much shit.
My brain is too full.
It's like I'm like, I'm about to have a full-on conversation about clavicular and weird little guys and know everything about this guy. I know about all this shit happening in the Arctic Circle, and I'm also going to talk about like music production on Ender Shikari's Flash Watercolor.
I do have
the Riz.
Yeah, it is the Riz, but it is like the way that you like ingest information in the world. It's like how do you, where do you find time to care and look up all this stuff and like.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I honestly like, I think I'm just like really interested in a lot of different things, and I have passions that are just across everything, and I kind of just let it all come in. Like,
you just listen to podcasts all day long.
I actually do.
When you're not editing, you are consuming.
I cannot.
No.
It's pretty much just this one.
You know that meme of the guy taking off his headphones?
Yeah.
That's you. Like after you're editing
you did a good job. You're good at like doing
pantomime
faces. Yeah. Or like faces. Like you're like Jim Carrey.
Yeah. You know, I won state in drama, right?
Yeah.
In high school.
But like you're good at like doing like, he can do like the memes really like the like he's good at that.
Well, I haven't had Botox in a while too. So I have more plasticity than you know.
Yeah. Not me. I'm fucking bricked up right now. But I do, look, I'm not, the most political I get is like talking to TJ's parents, right?
Oh, my dad is like so invested. And it gets to a point where I'm like, brother, like I have so much other shit that I'm dealing with on a day-to-day basis. I'm trying to run multiple companies and like, you know, have a healthy relationship with my wife and take care of the house. And you know, I guess he's retired, so he has more energy and he can think about that stuff. And I'm like, God damn, bro, like it just bums me out. I don't know.
I mean, like, it's hard. It's hard because like
it's hard to stay engaged.
If you have any sort of moral compass, like trying to keep involved and invested in a world that literally hates you.
Yeah.
Like they're all bad is my opinion. Like that's my opinion. You know what I mean? I know people that like started to get into politics and they either left because there's no way to get up to the place. They go in for a good purpose. They go in to try and change something for good. And there's no way to like cross that point to actually make that change unless you kind of start doing bad shit. Like there's just no way because money gets involved and like you have to donate. Like that's the way to do it. And so they either leave politics or they become the thing that they hate.
Yep.
And that is like a crazy thing. It's also a crazy thing to me that there's only two sides of things. I don't believe that the world has, in my opinion, I don't think anything is black and white. And we're talking about like the world.
The world.
You're like, it's either this or that.
This album does have a lot of stuff that's like global impact, and a lot of it also is just very specific to like the UK. A lot of their records have a lot more that are specific to the UK, but even from the US side and like listening to this was like, okay, I want to like investigate this more. Why is he talking about this, and what are these issues that are being discussed here? Which to the question before of like, do they do this on future records? It's like, well, not really, but I'm like, I don't really know if he like doesn't do that because he's already kind of said it and already made the point. And like, if you like Enter Shikari, you're probably already looking up about climate change. Yeah. And like they've made that part of their stage show. They have like the chart that shows like as temperatures have increased over years, and like we have the hottest years on record, and like this is kind of what to do about it, which feels kind of hopeless. Hopeless Records. But
the distributor of this album.
Yeah, distributor of this album, Hopeless Records. But I think that it just becomes like, okay, we've already said it. Now we have to have some sort of different message because everybody's already doing the work on it. And I think a lot of people have also been kind of torchbearers for the same stuff since then.
Yeah. My thing personally is like, how do you just like keep that energy up? Because it's so frustrating because I feel like I can't do anything about anything. Like, sure, we can talk about climate change. I can make art about climate change, but does it actually, nothing's going to actually fucking change it.
The only thing that like and I urge that everybody to do this is because like, that's true. We really can't do a lot, but what we can do is can control like, or have some sort of like say in our like the people around us, which is like we donate to things that can actually help benefit our community or like help somebody. And like, that's the stuff that I know where it's going. I know what it's doing. Like, bro, I pay half my fucking paycheck for wars. You know what I mean? Like, I have no control over that. Like, I just, there's nothing I can do. And if I don't do that, I go to jail. It's like, being alive is a prison that like we have, we're living, it's like open air prison shit.
Yeah.
But like, what I can control is like doing the right thing for the people around me that I do know. Also, just like, why is Trump so gay?
Dude,
he's so gay. Like,
so
I don't
gay.
want to like get into it, but it's just like, he's so gay.
You're right.
Like, it's crazy that people are like, that
These
guy
beautiful
is
boys. They're so beautiful.
But unfortunately,
They're so good at hockey. I like it when
that's
they
okay.
kiss.
You do a good
I
job.
love it when they're kissing each other.
That is. Did he say that shit?
I'm having a heated rivalry in my pants right now.
Did he say all like the hockey shit?
No, he said that about somebody
He
else.
did love. He's under fire right now because he got on FaceTime with the men's hockey team after they won the gold. The women's hockey team also won gold, and he was like, "I'm gonna invite you boys to the White House and party
Coming
with
down.
me." But he's like, I
Bring
might
them
have to
in.
invite the girls too, but I really only want to invite you guys.
It's just
'Cause he's gay.
Like, why is he so gay? Like,
Dude,
it
just go to the doctor. They take that out of you.
seriously, bro, I'll pick you
Get
up.
it removed.
If he,
Bro, just get that removed.
if he just does it, I'll pick him up and I'll sit there and then I'll help him be on Hinge all day or Grinder all day.
I think if he were straight, though, it'd be worse.
I just, it's
I
just
don't
like,
know.
it's just like it's just so fucking nuts that like, it's also just like every day is, 9/11 happened. It was in the news for like a billion years. And like now one massive, terrible thing happens every day. And then somebody's like clavicular hit himself with a hammer. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yep.
That's the thing I'm gonna look at.
That's
Yeah.
what is going to take over like my news feed. And so it's like, if I have no control over this. So bro, Psycho Killer is the best movie. Clavicular rocks, fucking, and that's that for me.
To your point, though, of like, I think that this band is really good about talking about community while also talking about like what's going on in the world. Because I feel like there's a lot of songs on this that are hopeful because it's like we're doing this together. Like, we are here, we unite, we come together, and we know these things are happening. We're aware of these things. So now, as this group of people, we can make change. And I find that even in the future, they do more stuff like that too, where it's like, let's talk about the positivity of us as a community instead of just saying this shit
Like,
sucks.
fuck that. Yeah, no,
this
and-
shit sucks, but
and
we're
like,
doing it together.
Well, I do like, and mute. Look, it's really hard. That's why I do think that they paved a way for themselves, because we just covered a lot of stuff. We didn't even talk about like the fact that they switch styles of music every 3 seconds. And it worked. And there's people that are fans of them and that grew up and they're like, this is the fucking shit. And that's really hard to do.
Mhm.
Like it's probably impossible. And it's like, if you like these other bands, it's really difficult to find a band that sounds similar.
I think even if you just say like, oh, they're a band that does like electronic stuff in their music, is like, it's kind of simplifying something down and saying like they're only that. It's like, no other band can do what they do. There's an authenticity to it, and there's like,
their live show's pretty nuts too, right?
oh yeah,
I've watched like a few clips.
this is the only band I get in the pit for.
Really.
When I hear like Gandhi Mate Gandhi, I'm like, I gotta be in there.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go where the people are.
Gets you going.
I did watch a lot of live stuff from them. Really, it's awesome. And I mean, I'm a guy that like grew up on Dream Theater. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
I
that,
heard.
yeah, jacking it to Dream Theater.
I just,
Change of Seasons, bro. It was a 16-minute song.
yeah.
Actually, there's like 4 16-minute songs. Like 4 songs, like 3-hour album or some shit.
The
But
next question is, what'd you do for the other 15 minutes and 30 seconds?
probably just been like bass is cool, or been like, damn, dude, how did he? Like, what the drummer? What does he play? Like a
The
fucking,
drum and bass is good.
Yeah, the drum and bass is good.
Dream
No.
Theater's a lot better during post-nut clarity.
Yeah, seriously. Or it's worse.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, it's like you're like, oh, what did I do?
Yeah.
It really is like a what did I do type shit. Dream Theater, after you like listen to the Dream Theater album, you're like, yeah, no, I'll call you.
Are you gonna play some Enter Shikari tonight at Emo Nite?
Every time somebody always plays Sorry Not a Winner.
Yeah,
and like,
Meredith does, I think, a lot.
Yeah. Last time it was Sache 6, and I was like, damn it.
I think
Sache.
you could have it tonight.
All right. I did play it a second time last time. I've been doing this like mix where I do it like up until the second clap part, and then I mix it into Given Up by Linkin Park.
Nice.
So it like just keeps the claps going.
Oh,
Cool.
bro, you're mixing?
Bro,
You be
Bro.
mixing?
He's a
Bro.
DJ.
I'm a DJ.
Professionally. We pay him.
Again,
We
I know
Have
I know too much shit, man.
We've also like Emo has like done the thing. Like I'm seeing so many like
What?
artists from like our world being like electronic music is good,
Yeah.
and they're like doing it now. Guess what? We paved the way
Mhm.
once again. Well, Enter Shikari did,
Yeah.
and we owe it
Enter
all.
Shikari did it.
Skrillex did.
14 years before us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There was a period of time after like this, and then when like Skrillex got big and a lot more EDM started to become like the biggest thing, that I only went to EDM shows. It's like stopped going to like pop punk shows and rock shows. I'm like,
I think it's really easy to do it bad, though. Like to combine EDM and rock and do it bad. Like I would say like 90% of it is
it's
bad.
so bad, dude. Like seriously, like it's so bad. You sent me all these mixes today that I had that I was just like, yeah, bro. I took 2 parts from like 3 hours of like
yeah.
songs.
But I did enjoy the way that Enter Shikari did it. And I think that this album to me, it's just interesting. Like you said, it doesn't sound like anything else.
Yep.
And like watching the documentary where they're like making the record and talking about like, you know, how they're tying in the guitars and the bass and the drums to the synths and like pitching it all up at the same time. Like this is really interesting. And, you know, for something that came out in 2011, these guys were really fucking breaking down walls.
Did you watch the part where they describe the ending bass part for Gandhi Mate Gandhi?
I don't know.
Can you please explain it to me?
So basically they were like, we need this to be the heaviest thing that anyone has ever heard in their lives. So they like double tracked sub bass at like frequencies that most speakers could not even play. They're like, doesn't matter. If you play this on the right subsystem, this is going to blow your asshole out.
Nice.
Like what?
You should
Like
play
what?
that on the Avalon speakers.
Yeah.
Dude,
The song that starts off with a fucking, I don't know about you, but I don't think that. Like,
They, you know,
okay.
they just started. Well, not just started, but the companies have made speakers that are specifically for like
Blowing
bass,
out your asshole.
No, like
Yeah.
bass music that are like they hit a frequency that's like lower than normal.
Have you seen the memes for Big Bad John?
No,
I don't think you even know.
No,
what
I
that
don't know
is.
what that is.
Have you seen it?
Maybe.
It's just this like really crazy song that's I'll play it for you after the show. But it's like kind of corny, but the guy is singing like really low. He's like Big Bad John. And all these people are testing out these like super $1 million sound systems, like sitting in a room, like listening to Big Bad John.
Just because he hits a lower register.
I don't even know if that's the real thing that they're listening to,
Should
but
we
it's
do it in
become
the-
a meme.
Should we do it in the Insomniac office?
We're doing it at Avalon tonight. It plays after our intro video.
Hell
Does
yeah.
anybody know it?
Yeah. And people are like building speaker systems like out of like a pie tin, and they're like $5 Big Bad John machine.
Oh,
You
that's
know,
so
or
sick.
like, what's the first song that you're playing on like this speaker? And it's always like Big Bad John.
Yeah, there's like these
That's
speaker
sick.
companies that are like making speakers specifically to hit. I bet that speaker company or people have done it
Yeah.
on like those speakers for sure.
I thought it would definitely be on your feed because it's like an audio file joke.
No, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, no, my feed is just it is just production and like hot Asian girls.
Did you? Did I send you the one of like the analysis of Epstein's hi-fi system? They have like the pictures from Epstein Island, and like it's this company that, you know, high-end audio production company, and they're like, this is how I know he's crazy. Like he paired this speaker system with this this preamp.
It's like people being
Yeah.
like, yeah, no, he's
They're like,
he's-
this doesn't make any sense. Why would he do this?
Yeah, that's really funny. No,
And then I also saw this other guy who found Epstein's like coffee cold pour over recipe, and he made it.
Yeah, I saw that one. It's like,
no,
I mean,
dude,
it's
it
a
was,
little-
I saw this girl that I followed did his. Oh god, what she made like something and she got completely fucking.
This is Jeffrey Epstein's.
Well, she was just she's like, you know, she like cooks in general, and she was just like, as I saw it, I wanted to like, it did look interesting, and I wanted to try it, and it was like a genuine like thing. But she was like, Jesus Christ, I got fucked up for this.
Damn.
Yeah, which like I think, you know, it can. I think by doing it and being like, this is his recipe, it's like it is like bordering the line of joking or not joking about it, but making light.
Yeah, because it is pretty horrifying.
Yeah, but I think as like she was like, I think she genuinely was like, you know, like my brain gravitates toward like music shit, and I think her brain gravitates towards like cooking stuff, and so it's like there's probably like a set, like, you know.
I'm gonna try his coffee pour over method.
Crazy.
It was like the beans were intelligentsia. It was like super easy, but it was mostly like timing and weights. You know, it's like you just pour it and then wait for 30 seconds. And like if you do it exactly with the ratios, you'll get Jeffrey Epstein's pour over recipe coffee.
It's also like, no, it's not a very like weird pour over recipe. You're like, that's pretty average,
Pretty
man.
basic.
But I did like that he said, I don't know, it's a little underdeveloped. And then I went immediately to the comments, and it's like, well, you know, it's Jeffrey
You liked
Epstein.
him
You liked him underdeveloped.
Yeah.
It's like, to your point, it is horrendous shit that happened, and it's like we're making light of it. But
Dude,
also, it's the banality of evil.
It is. It is. It's like, and that's like, so it's like, where were we, whatever he's supposed to just not be like, everything is kind of evil, and like, where do you?
The worst man you know has a pour over recipe.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be drinking something crazy to be doing that shit.
Got to stay awake when you're destroying
keep
the planet.
Going. Keep going. Yeah.
Anyway,
going. Yeah, keep
Brian.
going into
Joe Rogan.
Yep. Keep going into it.
Thank you for coming by the show.
Yeah, man.
How does it feel to be on this side of the camera?
I'm going to go back to the other side.
Yeah, that's fair. You got anything you want to plug? You got the new, you have your show now on Adobe, which is cool.
Adobe Radio, Emo Social Club, Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern time. So like 4 p.m. Pacific.
Download the Adobe app.
Download the Adobe app. It's free. You can listen to us.
Wait, so what's the deal? Are you doing it live, or what's the deal?
No, we record it. So not to give you too much of behind the scenes, but yes, it's all pre-recorded and there.
So what is the show? What are you guys? Are you doing your show? Or are you changing it up a little bit?
Yeah, like mostly like we have our YouTube channel, Emo Social Club, and what we've been doing is a lot of album reviews, very similar to this. We are kind of changing that format, not out of like any competition, but yeah, fuck you guys for taking my idea.
Did we do it first?
No. We literally did it at the exact same time.
But did you get artists talk about other albums?
No.
Okay.
We've shifted.
Actually,
our format.
yeah, we did.
Did you?
Actually, yeah, we had, because I don't have access to
I feel like you guys
famous
don't
people.
have like a consistent format. It's kind of just like whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah, and we're trying to be YouTubers to a certain point.
You're like, this will get more views.
We
You
want
are
to
doing a
make
good
shit.
job. Like, I mean, I
Yeah.
definitely like every time I do an album, it's like an album you've done.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, what would Brian say about this? And usually we're on like pretty similar page. And then there's sometimes I'm like, this is the fucking worst.
It's always funny when I listen to like when I edit this and when I like think about my thoughts, I'm like, I kind of fall right in the middle of both of you guys, and I think it's because our age is like I'm right in between you guys age wise. So I'm like, okay, I side with TJ generally on like the neon pop punk stuff, and then I side with Morgan when it's like, yeah, I went to high school around that same era, so like, yeah, he's kind of right.
Hanging out with the Bosnians.
Hanging out,
Dude,
it was Polish guys in
I
Chicago.
do like it.
Shout out Tucson.
Shout out Tucson.
Shout out Tucson.
Yeah, making the most
Tucson mention.
Oh, we might have that merch by now.
Dude,
so if you guys want to check down below, we'll have a link to the Shout Out Tucson camo hat available now.
The thing is,
we also have a shirt that we made. We'll have to give Brian one. It says YouTube Music Critic. We'll send you one.
it's awesome.
Fuck.
Isn't that cool? It's like, I
sick.
think it's a good shirt. And like,
That's sick.
it just says YouTube Music Critic. Like, and I think that is so funny.
Available now down below the video if you're watching on YouTube.
Yeah. And if Anthony Fantano wants one, we're just going to try and send him one.
I tried to do less like of the review stuff too, because I know like you guys are more focused on like everybody's personal experience with it, talking a little bit about it. Like I've started saying like, it's very important for me to both show that I know ball while also putting other people on game. That's how I've described what we're doing now. We have tens of viewers.
I guess if I could describe,
Same.
I guess if it's like, I would describe ours, it's like the experience of it and what it was like what it was like, what happened, and what it's like now.
Yeah.
AA.
Yeah.
Literally just like a format, like, and bringing in people that
And
were
then
like
sharing your own personal
my
experience.
strength, and hope.
Yeah.
Through the program.
Through the power of the album that we're
the
talking
power of the
about.
album.
Yeah,
yeah.
through
Enter Shikari.
and spiritual experience listening to Enter Shikari
Yeah.
as a result of listening to Enter Shikari.
And then moving forward out into the world.
Yep, and
then leaving.
spreading it and having other people feel the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're just like trying to do everything that we can about the scene. I think it's about like our experiences. I'm obviously much older. Lizzie, my co-host, is much younger. So she's like,
Kind of don't. Sometimes I don't like Lizzie's opinion. I'm not gonna lie.
she's got a younger opinion, man. That's why I'm like, yeah, I agree with Morgan here. And she's like, I don't. I'm like, well, you weren't fucking there.
Yeah, I kind of sometimes I'm just like, get out of here.
It's like there was nothing of emo before. There was like fucking Korn and Limp Bizkit, and like that's what everybody
Sure.
listened to at a time.
Yeah.
And then it was like, oh, okay, now My Chemical Romance is popular.
Yeah, you had to have the Matrix guy.
You had I understood implicitly what he was saying at that
Yeah.
moment. I'm like, yep.
Are you talking about me?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
The Matrix guy. I'm like, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Made so much sense to me.
yeah. And we also okay.
Let's end the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a couple questions that I wrote down?
Sure.
Damn, this is cool as fuck.
Morgan, do I look pretty in the light in this chair?
Dude, actually, yeah. No, you do.
He already hit on you.
I know.
No, you do. You do look good in that chair. Everybody like really does look good in that chair. We've just had several hot girls in that chair.
And Bryce Vine, incredibly hot guy.
Yes, dude, he looked awesome. Yeah, no, that's a great chair. How come I look like shit in that chair?
Rank these guests that you've said look pretty in this chair, keeping in mind that I have final edit.
Mm-hmm.
Morgan Pope, Billy Titko, and me.
You,
And then
And then,
you,
and then,
and then you, Billy Titko, Morgan Pope.
and I hope that was edited correctly.
You're gonna fucking turn it around.
I can do whatever I want.
Okay,
This is why you're not taking my
All
job
right,
yet. This is for TJ. Will you issue an official notes apology to the city of Chicago for your Alkaline Trio review?
absolutely.
I'm going to edit that. Say absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Cut. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted
What
to
did
say.
I say that was so bad about Alkaline Trio?
You might have said it just to me because
Yeah.
you're like, I don't want to talk too much about this, but I was like, bro, the city of Chicago will not forgive.
Yeah.
Will
I
not
don't think
forget.
I was bad. I don't think I was mean about that one.
Yeah, no, you're just not like a fan of Alkaline Trio,
Yeah.
which is fine. Everybody can do whatever they like.
Yeah, but if you're like, it's like being in.
I had a great interview with him, by the way.
It was so good. I loved that. Like, as you know, dude, this is me like growing up in the city of Chicago. Like, there are just a few bands from this scene, from this era, that is just like, you don't talk shit. And
Yeah.
Trio just runs that city when they're like, oh, we're gonna show up to Metro and play
Yeah.
4 nights in a row, all of our records. And I was there all 4
Were
nights
you?
for all
That's
8 records.
fucking awesome.
So sick.
Yeah, it's one of those ones you just like, goodbye.
Yeah.
And I just kept going.
Yeah. There's that.
What has
right.
been, I have a question for you.
All right.
What has been your personal favorite show that we have done? One that stands out to you.
Cute is what we aim for.
Yeah, I mean, it was very interesting, but I think the Derek from State Champs interview, like when you first started having the bands, I mean, I was talking about their records, but like, I think Derek's vibe is so good. Like, Derek just as a person is like so fun, and like, I could see you guys being very comfortable just like hanging out with
Yeah, I
somebody.
mean,
that
we're
you
like
know.
friends.
Yeah.
So it was easy.
That one's always stuck in my
It's
mind.
usually how it goes. Like
That was the
most of-
first one we did in here. We didn't even have the black curtains.
Yeah,
on.
most of the people that like come in, like we're friendly with, you know, or no.
Yeah.
It's like very rare we meet somebody for the first time. And I think when you sit down in this chair, like, dude, I loved Travis.
Yeah.
I loved.
I don't know
Talking-
which format I like better.
Of
What?
the artists talking about their record.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
feel like we get more insider info.
Well,
I
we
feel like we got to like mix it in sometimes.
We do. We
Yeah.
definitely do.
We haven't in a while.
We definitely.
But we're
talk-
doing one right after this.
I know.
A little bonus app.
My friend does the Hard Lore podcast.
I really like them. Shout
they're
out
so
Hard Lore.
good.
Really,
I love
really
them.
shout out Hard Lore.
Yeah.
They're awesome. And they do a great job of like, yeah, from a marketing perspective, they do a good job of branding. They're funny. They're cool. They
Yeah.
get good people. Like, I have nothing but good things to say about Hard Lore.
They get to sit down with a guy and just say, let's talk about every record you've ever put out. Let's talk about the whole history. Tell us everything about it. And he's already told me like they have a bunch of really good episodes coming up.
Nice.
And it's like, yeah, you just want to talk to them about like, tell me the entire history of it so that when someone looks back at it and says, what happened? You have this time capsule there where you can go, okay, now I know everything from listening to this 1-2 hour long episode.
And hardcore is very much like that.
Yeah.
Like that's very much like that. They do a really good job. And it's like, I was there for some of it, but it wasn't definitely not there for all of it. And obviously like, it's like, I can't like, you know, feel like there's like a body type you have to be
To be a hardcore person.
And I just, you know, it's like
Too small.
Either you're just like a emo twink or like, you know, you can be both. Ben Bush is like kind of both, right?
An emo twink and a giant person who's
Emo
hardcore.
twink and an emo twink.
Yeah.
He's a bear.
He's a
It's an emo bear.
No, he is 6'8".
Yeah.
It's like then you can just be into hardcore because then you can go into a pit. It's like I get my fucking ass kicked, you know? I don't want that.
It's too much of like there's violence happening all around me and I'm supposed to like listen to music
I
right
want to
now.
watch the show. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I know.
I want to be like fighting people off.
Jesus Christ,
I
they come
think-
from every angle.
That's why it was like why I liked it so much because I do like that all around me, but
Yeah.
I just can't be in it.
Yeah.
Like I love chaos around me, but I can't be in it.
All right, we got to end the show. We have another guest coming soon.
My least favorite episode was with Chris Freeman from Hot
was your
Mulligan.
least?
Fuck that guy.
No, that guy is awesome.
Yeah,
I
he's
like that
rad.
you have ongoing beef with Hot
Do you have
Mulligan.
ongoing beef with them?
I am. It is one sided. I am 100% keeping that
That's
going.
very funny.
I love that
Tates
guy.
and I argue, but it's not real.
Yeah.
I just want,
Tates is chill.
dude.
It might be real to him.
While we're just talking about podcasters and other people doing podcast stuff, it's like shout out to Shane from Silverstein too.
Shout out Tucson.
Shout out Tucson.
Yeah, the most like that wasn't even my call, by the way.
What?
The shout out Tucson
Yeah,
thing.
you say it all the time.
Yeah, but it
It's-
wasn't my call to make the merch. But
the
I do
drinking
think
game
the
that I'm
merch is
building for this
awesome.
podcast is going to have shout out Tucson.
I
Like
just think that it's very funny.
the
that it's
fingering
like,
corner.
Borders.
Did I
Barnes and Noble.
did Morgan jerk it to this one?
Yeah.
There is like
Those are good.
A lot
Yeah.
of Morgan.
Yeah, that's what makes our podcast good is me.
And with that,
And I will edit that in
As
somewhere.
just the whole thing. Like just
Clip it.
continuously
Clip
edit
it.
okay. Thank you for coming by the show, Brian.
This has been wonderful.
Did you get all the questions that you wanted to ask?
Yeah, I try to think of more, but I want to talk about the record, but I'm also like, how many D's nuts jokes can I fit into this?
Yeah. You did it.
Have you heard of
one.
the EDM artist
D's Nuts?
Mind Goblin?
Mm,
Mind Goblin.
Mind Goblin D's nuts, dude. Got him.
He got you.
Got him.
I didn't even answer.
Because you knew where it was going.
No, I just was like, fuck. I know because there's a Necro Brandon Dermers.
What about Candace?
What is the?
Can this dick
Mhm,
fit in your
yeah,
mouth?
hell yeah. Dude, I like that bitch is going fucking bad. Like
Candace
literally
Owens?
watching a schizophrenic person. It's like
She's got a new series on Erica.
what? Oh, it's just like it's just like we're watching like schizophrenic people and being
Gets
like,
the views, pays the
I
bills.
know,
Let
and it's
the
just like,
girlies fight.
we're
We
literally-
got to be crazier.
I try, and then everybody's like, well, let's talk about the album.
The second hour of this is going to be our political takes.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the Patreon for
Going
more.
live on Rumble.
Going live on Rumble.
All right, Brian.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.